Hey guys, welcome into Alexander's profile, where we're going to be discussing or actually practicing a probate prospecting call. So this is probate role play. In this video, I want you guys to primarily pay attention to how Alexander's able to navigate that call, to guide the call, to control it. I'm not going to be the absolute worst person to call that just cusses you out and hangs up on you, because that doesn't give Alexander any benefit or you guys any benefit. I'm going to be a typical resistant, hesitant type of prospect, and I want Alexander to be able to guide me and control that call, all while building rapport. With that said, I'm also not going to be super easy. So every now and then we get those easy calls too, and I love those. This is going to be your normal call, and then at the end of it, I'm going to offer a little bit of coaching and adjustment advice so that you can see not only how Alexander does in a little audition, but how I do as the coach in a little bit of an audition, because I want you guys seeing what sort of coaching I'm going to provide. With that said, Alexander, good to see you again. Why
Hi.
don't we jump into a probate role play call? You can start with a ring ring.
All right. Ring,
Go ahead.
ring.
Hello.
Hi. I was looking for Bruce Hill, please.
Who's this?
Hi, Bruce. This is Alexander with ABC Services. I hope you're doing well. And Bruce, I'm not going to take that long. I'm pretty sure you're busy. I was calling because we work with families going to probate. And at this moment, I don't know if what I'm calling for is going to be right for you. Do you think I could take one quick minute to go over this with you?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. So we have this turnkey service that allows us to make it easier and smoother for families going to probate, because we help them with things like property clean out, maintenance, property tax, and even real estate sales. At the moment, Bruce, are you starting the probate process, or are you just about to get done with it?
How do you know I was in probate?
That's a great question. We usually work with families all over the place with there are in probate, and we usually have a list that's coming out of the county. I'm not with the county though, but we usually work a list that's coming from the county. So so far, how you feel with the probate process?
Um, well, so far I'm doing okay. I just started a couple of weeks ago, so I really don't need anything. It's pretty easy at this point.
Awesome. Great. I get it. I get it. And it sounds like you are not looking for any help at all today.
Yeah, no, not today. I think we're good.
Awesome, awesome. So, Bruce, if you don't mind, because things may change down the line, and I know you don't need any help right now, could I give you my contact information in case things change? Yeah, pen and paper.
Um, yeah, that's fine.
Sure. My name is Alexander
Okay,
Flores, and my telephone number is 430
okay.
555
Mm-hmm.
3214. And
Okay.
I am with ABC Services. And again, I thank you so much for being so generous with your time. And by the way, Bruce, before I let you go, uh, once you're done with probate, let's say 2, 3 months down the line, uh, is your family considering keeping the real estate long term, or maybe perhaps leaning towards selling?
We're probably gonna have to sell. I don't want to say it's going to be 2 or 3 months down the line. Probably sometime in the next month or so. Are you guys realtors as well, or what? What exactly do you guys do?
Great question. And now what we do is like a holistic approach. We are real estate experts. Through our company, you get the option. You get the option, to conventional selling, or my boss will be able to give you the option like conventional selling, quick cash, or maybe some other options that may be of your interest. So when you're saying within this month, so it sounds like there's like a pressing matter here.
Well, I got a mortgage on the property, and the truth is we just don't have enough money in the estate to keep paying that mortgage down. So we'll have to get it sold just so my sister and I don't have to start dipping into our bank accounts.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Definitely sounds like something that has to be done ASAP.
Yeah, as soon as possible. But right now, I don't know that it's the right time. I've got to get over to the house and kind of clean it out. The grass is like 2 feet tall. Um, so I wouldn't want anyone to come look at it in the condition it's in. We'll either sell directly to my neighbor who's talked about buying it, or put it on the market here, maybe in a month and a half.
Gotcha, gotcha. And it does make sense. It looks like you have your plans already made out. Being that's the case, if you don't mind me asking, since you already have a potential buyer, would you be opposed or of having like a backup offer? Maybe, it's better.
Well, I don't know what my neighbor's going to buy it for. So, yeah, of course, I would always look at a backup offer. Might
Mhm.
end up just listing the house. We haven't
Of
gotten, my
course.
sister and I just haven't gotten to the place where we've talked about that or decided yet.
Mm. When you're saying listing, it sounds like like you have like a realtor, something.
Um, no, I mean, I know a couple of realtors. I work with a guy that has a real estate license. So he might get it, but not necessarily. I'm just suffice it to say that
I hear you. Yeah, definitely a month. Sounds good. Sounds like a good time. Do you mind if I make a proposal?
sure.
Well, first to ask you a few questions about the property, if you don't mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're saying that I already got here that if you were to sell, you sell soon. Now, what are the conditions of the property?
All in all, it's okay. It's I guess it's a little dated, um, but it's okay. I mean, it looks worse than it is because the grass is like 2 feet tall. Um, my
Mm-hmm.
my brother is the one that passed away, and he hadn't taken care of the outside for at least that summer that he was.
And the other, well, it makes sense, the grass, right? And other than the grass, do you know when was the last upgrade that was done? Anything like that?
Oh, it's been a while. I mean, the house isn't that old, but it's just kind of it's just a little dated. Everything's in good working order though, so
Mm.
nothing's in bad shape.
All right, the roof, the electricals, and all that.
Oh yeah, everything's good.
Awesome, awesome. So the now, besides the mortgage, you mentioning you want to sell because the mortgage and this and that, which makes total sense. Now, the you said, just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, you told me you want to sell quick, soon. You want to sell because of this mortgage, and it sounds like you don't want to deal with the property maintenance and all that as well. Now, the besides this, the do you have like a price range in mind that you like to ask for the property in as is condition? I mean, without you putting another cent into it.
Mm. Well, I have no idea really what it's worth. I guess I do. One of the neighbors sold last year for 220. And theirs was in pretty decent shape. So maybe 180, 190, 200. I'll kind of lean on whoever the expert is to help me decide that.
Of course. Well, thank you. And what I wanted to propose, based on that amount, or based on everything you've said, is that without any commitment, I like my boss to take a look at the property, so you know your options, especially since you're planning on getting this done within a month. So I like my boss to come and take a look, and maybe give you an estimate of the value of the property. Like I said, so you know your options. I know you're working with possibly your neighbor, but like I said, a backup would it be a good time for my boss to come down and take a look at the property and maybe give you a plan or your options right there and then? I can Monday, I can have him there Wednesday at 3 p.m. or Friday at 10 a.m. or maybe Saturday at noon.
Weekend is definitely better. I'm not sure that I'm going to go over there at noon. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to make it this weekend for sure. Because right now I'm working and I work till about 6. So I'll
Mm,
probably maybe try to get over there this weekend. It might be the next weekend though. So let's just kind of hold off on that for now, and then um, I mean, I'll let you know when I get over there next, and maybe he can come by.
I hear you. Yeah, sounds like you have a lot of things on your plate right now, Bruce. I get you. So, so what about? Well, definitely sounds nice that maybe a phone conversation will work better.
Oh yeah, he can give me a call. That's fine.
Okay. So, when are you most available after 6? You said.
Yeah, after 6 is good. Or I mean,
Mm,
I'm just at the office, so he could call in the afternoon after like 2 as well.
mm, okay. Most likely, the idea will be, for a face-to-face meeting, so they can take a look at the property and give you your options right there and then. But the initial contact will be, what about this Wednesday at around 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. will work.
After 6 is fine.
All right, Bruce. Well, can you think of anything between now and Wednesday that could prevent you from taking my boss's call?
No.
All right. His name is Brandon, and he's a great guy. He's going to call you after 6 p.m. on Wednesday. All right, so they can give you the options. And you again, my name is Alexander, and I am with ABC Services. Do you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, again, Bruce, I thank you so much for being so generous with your time today. Hope you have a great day.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Awesome job, man. Great job. Great job. Um, I'm gonna try to go in order. As I was jotting notes down, I'm trying to remember what they tie to. So you went really deep into that call, and so it was an extended conversation. So if I look here and I look confused at one of my notes, it's just because I'm maybe I'm not remembering exactly what you said that it was about. But let me start from the beginning, and then as you go back and hopefully you'll be able to tie the advice with what you said. Okay, so first is you went with a very formal route, which is great. Okay, really good. Let me give you the pros and cons of form. Kind of jump into it. Can I speak with Bruce Hill, first last name, and then you mention who you are, what company you're with. Give much of a pause. You dive right into the reason for my call is we help families with probate, and this may or may not be for you. Do you think I could take 1 quick minute to tell you what it is, tell you about our service, that kind of thing? That's awesome. So the pro of that is you cut straight to the point. And I am not asking you to change. Asking you to do is play around with something that's a little bit more conversational, that ties the person into the a little bit more early, and see what happens when you're on real calls. You've had a lot of experience doing this, so you know that some people, if you say, "I hope you're having a good day," and then you pause too long, it gives them an opportunity to just disconnect. Okay, so there's a con to looping them in and giving them too much interaction in your opening, but there's also a positive. Some people, getting them involved and at least saying, "Hey, I'm good." Um, Sometimes they're not going to know where your call is going to end, and they'll just hang up on you because they haven't had a chance to even speak. So play around with that. There's pros and cons to being too interactive and open in that opening, and then there's pros and cons to being too direct and just getting everything out. So be prepared with both. So what I another thing that I had said is how do you know? You asked about probate. Um, how do you know I was going through probate? So you mentioned getting a list from the courthouse and working a list. So that's going to be a big no. There's certain things that we don't reveal to a prospect when we're talking. So we don't refer to them as being on a list. And you didn't do this, but I hear other callers do it. We don't refer to them as okay, and I
Mhm.
hear callers do that all the time. So I said you were on a list or we got a list from the courthouse. I would just say, hey, we connected with you because the courthouse had indicated that you were going through the probate process as personal representative for the bill. So instead of being on a list, we're kind of talking about them personally in their particular case, not just them being one of 200 names on a spreadsheet that we got. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Now you did a great job. I pushed back on you. You did an amazing job validating, reframing me. Everything was flawless there. You pivoted into real estate extremely well. One of the things when I pivot into real estate that I'm not sure that I teach this necessarily in the training, but when we go to you going to sell the real estate or were you leaning toward holding on to that binary real estate question, what I like to do there is as I'm going into that real estate question, I like to kind of give them um, the opportunity to know that maybe there's not real estate, because I've done that before where I've said, hey, once you get through with probate a couple of months down the road, were you guys going to hold on to the real estate or were you thinking about selling? And the person that I've talked to said, "Oh, dad had real estate? I didn't know. What property?" Okay. And there isn't a property. And the way that I phrased it just sort of there was real estate. So sometimes it confuses the person you're talking to if there's no property. And then you have to be like, "Oh, no, I didn't know. I just assumed that there was. I don't have an address." Okay. So you have to back down. So what I like to do instead, as I'm leading into that binary real estate question, is say, "Hey, if you don't mind me asking, was there any real estate that you guys might be leaning toward?" Oh, okay, so was there any real estate involved that, and then go into your binary real estate question. All right. Um, After that, you started moving toward an appointment. You referred to your boss. That's okay. I kind of prefer to refer to my partner or my team leader. Those are kind of the that we work with. My partner or my team leader, it just seems a little bit more casual, a little bit more legit. Now, I don't think that's going to hurt anything that you said my boss multiple times. I don't think that hurts, but however, your client likes to be referred to.
Very well.
Okay. One time avoided this in general, but one time you used the word but. So, no, I'm not quite ready for that. Okay, I completely understand, but, and then you moved into a kind of a counter proposal. I like to
Mhm.
steer away from the word but. I only heard that once, so I think it was kind of more of an accidental slip
Mm.
than something intentional that you did.
Yes.
Um, and then you got to pay close attention to those loose threads is what I call them. And a loose thread is just an opportunity to take a conversation down a different path. So I talked about how I had to clean the house out. um, my motivation was not having the money to pay the mortgage. I talked about the grass being 2 feet tall. I got my work cut out for me. I've got a lot of things. Those are all things that most of our clients are going to be able to help with as well. And they're loose threads. And once you've identified something that is a challenge for someone, I want you to stick on that topic and pull on it a little bit and see if that whole thing starts to unravel. So, oh gosh, so no, you mean nobody's cut the grass? Did it just go for a whole summer without being cut? Yeah, it did. Oh, man, I hope there aren't snakes over there, or
Mhm.
or um, Yeah, are you going to use a landscaper to do that, or are you just going to go over and push that yourself? Okay, and so you're just kind of identifying that little pain point and throwing a few probing questions, jokes, comments, things like that into the mix. Mortgage. You do you know how much? Do you have any idea how much is left to be paid off on those loose threads when they've revealed a difficulty or a challenge for you? Um,
Understood.
and that's where I'm actually going to. That's where I'm gonna leave it. When you got into the real estate questions, I think that you did a really good job. You could have expanded on a few. You could have uh, cut for the appointment a little bit differently, but nothing significant. Nothing that needs to be addressed right now. I would kind of save some of those closing techniques up for maybe our next role play or something. But if you kind of go back and watch the video again, make some adjustments to the things that we just covered, I think you're going to do just fine. Just fine. Great call. Absolutely
Awesome.
great call. Better than most of the seasoned agents that I work with. So,
Thank you.
all right, good. Well, Alexander, I really appreciate the time. And for those of you that watched, you want to hire Alexander, you want to go on a month-to-month trial, or request an interview below. You'll be able to see a form down below with all the hiring details and a button where you can request your interview. Go ahead and click that, and we'll see you there. Thanks.